Hello, welcome to this Kapha balancing class. It's a 60-minute class that is aiming to balance the Kapha dosha within us, particularly at this time when it's starting to get colder, we're turning into autumn, the days are getting shorter, the nights are longer, and it's been quite rainy recently, so this is going to be the perfect class for re-energising as we face the autumn and winter weeks and months ahead of us. We'll start with pranayama technique, a breathing technique, and it's kapalabhati. Kapalabhati breath is a forced exhale and a natural inhale. It's the stomach muscles that force inwards on the exhale and then relax to refill naturally. It can be done through the mouth or through the nose. We're going to exhale through the nose today, and we'll go for 3 rounds of 30 breaths. So first of all, take a few breaths in and out through the nose at your normal depth and rate. And the next time you inhale, start to force the air out of the stomach. And natural breathing. Sometimes it can help to place a hand on the stomach to feel the stomach pumping the air out on each exhale. So after a couple of natural breaths, on your next inhale, take the breath in and then force out kapalabhati, 30 breaths. And natural breathing. For the last round of breath, try closing the eyes to feel the energy that you're building within yourself. And if you haven't already done so, close the eyes. Option to place the hand on the belly. Take a breath in and then 30 more reps. And relax there. Notice the sensations in the body and the feelings in the body as the prana circulates, feeling energised and ready for the practice ahead. Today's warm-up is Kundalini inspired, and we're going to continue with using the energetic breath. This time inhale and exhale is going to be equal, but both quite an energetic, forced breath. We're going to start with a warm-up with the shoulders. On an inhale, the hands are going to go up, fingers stretching out, feeling the energy all the way to the fingertips, and on the exhale, the hands are going to pull back down, squeezing at the shoulder blades with a forced breath, so quite fast. Breathing through the nose. Stretching through to the fingertips, feeling the energy all the way to the tips, back to the shoulder joints. Abs are engaged to keep the core steady. 5 more. And last one. Using a similar breath, or the same breath, we're going to take the shoulders back. Again, squeezing at the shoulder blades and opening through the chest. There'll be a lot of chest opening, heart opening today. On the exhale, hands to fists. Bring the elbows to touch in front of the body or as close as you can comfortably get them. Here goes. Core is strong. Feeling the prana building up around the shoulder joints. Energy all the way through to the hands. 5. Last one. Bring the hands down. Taking the warm up down to the spine now, we're going to do some spinal rotation. Bringing the hands up into cactus hands. On an inhale, we'll twist to the left. On an exhale to the right, and repeat. Being aware of the range of your spinal rotation and just being aware of your body. Arms are strong. Building prana through the core. Five more. And relax down. Being aware of all the prana that's built up around the shoulders and the core. Then coming forwards onto your knees into a hands and knees position for cat-cow. Cat-cow can be done at your normal rate, or again we can take this into a more of a kundalini style where we're a bit more strong and a bit more forceful. Choose what is right for your spine today. I'll come sideways on so you can see a little better. On the inhale, tailbone lifts, chest presses forwards, gaze goes up, upward gaze as you exhale, round, arching the spine, opening across the shoulders, chin to chest. Repeat this at whatever pace you like. I'm going to go for Kundalini, slightly more controlled with my pace. Five. And rest there. Going into Superwoman. On an inhale, extend right leg, left hand to a straight line, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, come down. Inhale to the other side. Exhale, come down. A little bit more steadier this time, normal yoga breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Repeating one side then the other, finding length through the entire body. Flexing the foot, pressing the heel away, reaching upwards with the thumb to keep the shoulder open. Core engages, keep the spine in neutral. The next time, the left hand and right foot lengthens. Pause there for a second and hold. Press the right palm into the floor, engage the core, and bend the back leg. Option to take the left hand around, taking hold of the foot or the ankle. Bit of a quad stretch and opening through the left side of the chest. Take the gaze upward, if that's okay for your neck. And then release. Lengthen, come back down. Repeat on the other side. Left leg, right arm, reach, pause, hold. Bending the left leg, flex foot, option to reach around for the ankle or the foot. Finding your balance, taking your gaze up, open through the front of the chest. And return to the lengthened position, and then pause there. I'm going to come back to the front of the mat. Pivot your right knee out, flip yourself onto the right side for a modified side plank on the right side. On an inhale, raise the left foot parallel, the leg is parallel to the ground. Exhale, lower, and repeat. Inhale to rise, exhale to lower. All the while the upper body is reaching away from itself. Left hand reaches up, right hand reaches down as the leg raises and lowers. Core is strong. Take the gaze upward. And pause with the leg in the up position. And the option here to bend at the knee, take the left hand back, take a hold of the foot or ankle, and again, quad stretch and opening across the front of the chest. Either hold here or release the foot and come over to a modified wild thing pose. Opening through the front of the chest, left foot is planted on the floor. And when you're ready, bring the left hand down, coming back to all fours position. And we'll repeat on the left side. So pivot the left knee out to the side a little way, reach the right leg away from you, right hand up, gaze up into your modified side plank, Vashisthasana. And as you inhale, raise the right leg up, exhale, lower it down. And repeat. Ensuring you've got maximum space between your shoulders and your ears. As the right hand reaches up, the left hand reaches down. Crown of the head reaches away from the body. Back of the neck is long, even though your gaze is going upwards. Option to hold with the leg up, or bend at the knee, take the hand behind, the right hand behind, take a hold of the foot, quad stretch, opening up the hip flexor, and opening up across the front of the chest. If it's okay for your neck, keep the gaze upwards, and hold the pose. You have the choice to stay here, or bring the right foot to the ground, flipping over into a modified wild thing, opening the chest to the sky, offer the right palm upwards, press the left palm down into the floor. And then exhale, return back to all fours, and come back to child's pose with wide legs, wide legs, and the chest and stomach come down, forehead down, arms reach forwards. On your next exhale, bring the right hand underneath to thread the needle, take the right ear to the mat, reaching the left fingertips away. Inhale, come back to centre, exhale, go over to the other side. The left hand comes down, the left ear comes down, hips are reaching back, right hand is reaching forwards. Inhale, come back to centre, take it into puppy dog stretch, so raise the hips upwards, hands walk further forwards. Good, check you can see me okay, Kim. On an exhale, take the right hand underneath again, threading the needle, right ear to the ground, press the right shoulder into the ground. And then option to stay here, or tuck your left toes and bring your left foot out parallel with your right arm. The left arm wraps around the body, over towards the right hip. Open through the chest, take the gaze up. And stay here, feeling your foundation on your shoulder and your right knee. If you feel stable, if you feel that the neck is completely safe, option to raise the left leg up, pointing the toes away. Hold here for 3 breaths. And lower down. Place the foot back parallel. Unwrap the left arm, place it on the floor. Turn your left leg, use the strength of your left arm to press in. Come back to puppy dog pose. And as you exhale, take the left hand to the other side. Left ear down. Reach the right arm away, press the left shoulder in. Option here is to take your right foot out to the side, parallel to your left arm. Wrapping the right arm around the back, over towards the left hip. Feel the heart opening, feel the chest opening. If your foundation feels firm, if your neck feels safe, there is the option to float the toes upwards, holding in the balance for 3 breaths. And on the next exhale, bring the foot back down. Unwrap your right arm, place it on the floor, tuck the right leg back in, use the right hand to press up and back down to puppy dog pose.
and then walking yourself back to child's pose. Pressing the hands into the mat, tuck your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Walking the dog out, pressing one heel back, then the other. Movement at the ankles, the knees, the hips. Taking your gaze from one side to the other. And begin to walk your feet forwards, keeping that sort of walking movement until you come to the top of the mat. Take a hold of opposite arms for ragdoll pose, swaying from side to side. Allow the hands to relax down, back of the neck is long, Uttanasana, and on an inhale, bring the hands up, out. Overhead, take the gaze upwards, hands in prayer, and as you exhale, prayer down to the heart, and then Tadasana, mountain pose. Moving on to the flow sequence, beginning in Tadasana, feet either together or hip width apart, pelvis in neutral, shoulders relaxed, chest slightly pressed forwards, chin tucked, crown of the head is reaching upwards. On an inhale, take your hands out and over to Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. As you exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. On an inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. As you exhale, place the hands down, step back, right foot only to a low lunge. Lower the knee, release the toes, inhale, hands come up, press the chest forwards, pressing forwards, opening the right hip flexor. Take the gaze up. Turn the little fingers in slightly here. On your next exhale, bring the right hand down, next to the left foot, reaching up with the left hand for a twist, gazing upwards. Circle the left hand back, down and round, place it the other side of the left foot, tuck your toes under, step back to plank, press the hands in, either knees down or chaturanga, elbows come backwards close to the body. On an inhale, come forwards into your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. If it's okay for your neck, take the gaze upwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold here for 5 breaths, either still or walking out the dog. Finding length through the entire spine, crown of the head down to the tailbone. Open across the back of the shoulders, taking the weight back, hips back over the lower body. On an inhale, raise the right leg high. Exhale, step the right leg back forwards, lowering the left knee down, release the toes. On an inhale, bring the hands up, gaze up, chest open. Hold here for a few breaths, stretching through the left hip flexor, opening the chest, gazing up. On an exhale, bring your left hand down, right hand up, reaching up and gazing up to your palm. Every part of your body is energized. Circle the right hand back, frame the front foot, tuck the back toes. On an inhale, step yourself forwards. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. On an inhale, bringing the hands out, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, full fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, left foot. Lower the knee, release the toes. Inhale, the hands come up. Option here to either do the twist we've done before or take the left hand or left elbow outside of the right thigh, place the palms together and take a gaze over the right shoulder. Engage the abs to create a little bit more space around the core. Exhale, release, take the gaze down, frame the front foot, tuck the back toes, step back to plank, knees down or chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold here for 5. Slightly internally rotate the hips so the heels aren't visible behind the feet, they're slightly pointing outwards. On an inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, step it forwards. Lower the right knee, release the feet. Inhale, hands come up, lifting up. On an exhale, take your twist of choice, either hands in prayer, gazing over the left shoulder, or repeat the twist we did the first time round. Holding here. A little bit of abdominal engagement to create space for the twist. Now on exhale, release, bring the hands down, frame the front foot, tuck the back toes. Inhale, step forwards to Uttanasana. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring the hands out and up to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back, right foot only. Lower the knee, lower the foot. Inhale, the hands come up. As you exhale, press through the left foot. Take the hands down, take the body down for half monkey. Inhale, come forwards. Back to your lunge, opening through the right hip flexor. Exhale, pressing back. Flowing at your own pace of breath. Alternately, opening the hip flexor on the right side, opening through the hamstring on the left. Pivoting on the left heel as you press back, lifting the toes to open through the bottom of the leg, calf muscle. The next time you're on an inhale, up in the lunge, exhale, plant the hands down, step back to plank, exhale, lower down, inhale, your back bend of choice, exhale, downward facing dog. Holding here for 5. Reaching the shoulder blades apart from one another, almost wrapping them round under the arms, imagining that you can do that. On an inhale, raise the right leg, exhale, step it forwards, lowering the left knee, releasing the left foot. Inhale to lunge. Exhale, pressing back to half monkey. Inhale to lunge. And repeat the flow at your own pace. Kapha balancing. It's all about energising, building up energy, repetitive movements, and little rest. Coming back to lunge. Exhale, plant the hands down either side of the foot. Step the left foot forwards to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold all the way, opening through the back of the body. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Exhale, hands down to Tadasana, mountain pose. Sun Salute A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Exhale, hinge at the hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down, step or jump back to plank. Or Chaturanga Dandasana, coming down on the exhale if you're not already there. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Exhale, bend the knees and step or jump yourself forwards to the top of the mat. Exhale to fold. Inhale, upward facing hands. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, hands up, gaze up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant the hands down, step or jump back to plank or chaturanga dandasana. On an inhale, coming up to cobra, bhujangasana or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. On an inhale, raise the right leg high, step it forwards, lowering the left heel. Inhale, coming up to warrior one. Holding here for 5 breaths. Either hands parallel or hands in prayer, whatever's best for your shoulders. Left foot is pressing down through the mat, particularly the outer edge, little toe side of the left foot. Left leg is strong. Left hip is drawing itself forwards as the right hip draws itself backwards. Chest is proud, chest is forwards. Gaze could be upwards, it could be forwards. On an exhale, bring the hands behind the back, interlink the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, squeeze the palms. On an exhale, coming down to humble warrior, folding inside the right knee. On an inhale, coming back up, gaze up, open the chest, mini back bend, exhale, bow. Repeat this a few times more, flowing with your breath. Inhale to open the chest upwards, exhale to bow forwards. The next time you come on up, bring the hands up to warrior one. Bring the hands down, either side of the front foot, stepping back to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga dandasana, or knees down. Inhale to upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1 on the left side. Holding here for 5. Hands in prayer or hands parallel. Noticing the back foot. Outer edge pressing downwards, right hip is forwards, left hip drawing back, chest is proud. Gaze forward or upwards. On an exhale, take the hands behind you, interlink the fingers maybe in the awkward grip this time, the one you're less used to using. Open through the chest. As you exhale, fold forwards. On an inhale, coming back up, and we repeat the same flow. The legs remain strong and steady as the upper body flows back and forth. All the way through to the neck. Notice the neck lengthening on the bow forwards, one humble warrior. And maybe extending as you open through the chest as you come up. A couple more. Next time you come up, hands up to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back to plank. Knees down or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog for 5 breaths. Observe your breathing. Close the eyes if that's comfortable. Steady your breath. In and out through the nose. On an inhale, come up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, hips are high, look forwards. Step or jump to the front of the mat to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, repeat. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Knees can be soft. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head reaches away. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step or jump yourself back to plank or chaturanga dandasana. Coming down on the exhale into your back bend on the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, step it forwards. Virabhadrasana 1, right side. Hold here for 5 breaths. Gaze can be forwards or upwards. If the gaze is up, raise the chin. Take your gaze to the thumbs. Then on an exhale, start to tilt the body forwards at 45 degrees. Come up onto the toes of the back foot. Transfer your weight forwards, moving into Virabhadrasana 3. Hands reaching forwards, heel of the left foot reaching back, hips remain stable and level. Press through the right big toe to help with the balance, biceps by the ears. Soften the right knee, step back to warrior 1. Exhale, bring the hands down, stepping back to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Extend through the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale, step it forwards. Virabhadrasana 1 on the left side. Hold here for 5. The gaze is up. Take the chin up, gazing to the thumbs. Challenge yourself to see if you can take the left knee closer to a right angle if you're not already there. Keeping the knee over the ankle. On the next exhale, bring the body forwards to a 45-degree angle. Pivot onto the back toes, transfer your weight forwards. Stepping forwards, Virabhadrasana 3. Pressing back with the right heel. Left foot is grounded, particularly the big toe. Reaching forwards with the hands. Soften through the front knee. Come back to warrior 1. Take the hands down. Plant them down. Step back to plank. Exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Bhujangasana or upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog for 5 breaths. Space the fingers, press through the hands. Take your gaze back to the feet, till the knees or the navel, or close the eyes. On an inhale, come up to the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forwards, step forwards to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold. Inhale, bring the hands out and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back to plank. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg. Bend the knee, open the hip. Point the toes, the right toes, towards the left buttock. And look under your left arm, seeing if you can see the left toes. There, the right toes. Option to stay here, or to flip to Wild Thing. Opening through the chest, offering the right arm upwards, lengthening through the front of the hips. If you're in Wild Thing, as you exhale, bring yourself back to 3-legged dog. And everyone on an exhale, step forwards to Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Heel to arch alignment, shoulders relaxed. Spine in neutral, abs engaged slightly to eliminate any excess lumbar curve. Back leg is straight, strong, muscles engaged. Front leg is working towards a right angle at the knee. Knee over the ankle. On an exhale, come to reverse warrior. Inhale back to warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Repeat this flow with no stopping at warrior two. Keep flowing through with your breath. Again, the legs remain strong and stable as the arms flow back and forth, opening through the sides of the spine. Allow your gaze to follow your hands. And the next time you find yourself at side angle, pause there, reaching through the left side of the body. Two options. Option one, actually three options. Option one is to stay here, keeping space between the right shoulder and the ear. Option two is to bring the hands parallel, stacking the shoulders, taking the gaze up. Option three is to work your way into the bind. Left hand coming around the back, right hand reaching underneath, hands linked together. Open through the chest, look over the left shoulder, maybe straightening through the front leg. Holding the version that you've chosen for 3 breaths. Everyone meet back in warrior two. If you're in the bind, come out carefully. Bring the back hand over, the left hand over, frame the front foot, step back to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana or upward facing dog. Exhale, down facing dog. On an inhale, raise the left leg. Open the hip, bend the knee, point the toes towards the opposite buttock and look under the right arm towards the left toes. Either stay here or take it one step further into Wild Thing. Opening through the chest, offering the left palm up. And wherever you are, bring yourself back to three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot forwards to Virabhadrasana 2 on the left side. Relax the shoulders, gaze is forwards. Energy all the way down to the fingertips. Be aware what your fingers are doing. Pelvis in neutral, abs slightly engaged. Challenge yourself, maybe just a little bit further on that front knee if it's comfortable. Working towards the right angle if you're not already there. On an exhale, take yourself back to reverse warrior and inhale warrior two. Exhale to side angle and continue to flow at your own pace. Being aware of your breath. Taking your gaze with your hands. Generally, upward gaze. Really good for Kapha balancing. Next time you're at side angle, pause there. Choose your options, same 3 options, either stay here. Option 2, parallel arms opening through the chest. Option 3, going for the bind. Right hand comes behind the body to the left hip. Left hand reaches underneath and takes a hold of the other hand, or not quite there today. Option 2, straighten the front leg. I'm going to come back to option 2. Holding where you are for 3 breaths. Again, holding for slightly longer. It's excellent for Kapha balancing. And everyone meet back in warrior two. Bring the right hand up and over, frame the front foot, step back to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, and inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold here for 5 breaths. Active relaxation if you like, still working the pose, lengthening through the spine. Allowing the breath to steady if you feel that it's accelerated a little bit. Excess kapha means that we can be quite tamasic, we can be quite slow, lacking energy, feeling just a little bit heavy and weighed down. So energetic practices that challenge our breathing a little bit, that challenge our muscles, challenge our bodies, challenge our minds, are excellent for balancing out the kapha, particularly at this time of year. On an inhale, calm up onto the tip of the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, take the gaze forwards, step forwards or jump, and exhale to fold. Inhale, bring the hands out either side, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Inhale, reaching upwards, find length through the body. Exhale, fold, folding at the hips, knees can be soft. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump yourself back to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, raise the right leg, bend the knee, look for the toes, and on the exhale, step it forwards. Warrior 2 on the right side. Inhale, bring your left hand forwards into prayer with your right, and as you exhale, draw the fingertips along the entire body, take your gaze with the fingers, and inhale, return the left hand to the front. Exhale, draw it backwards. And again, repeat this flow, repetitive movements as the lower body stays strong, stable. Check that front knee. Is the position safe? Is it suitably challenging? Is the left foot grounded? Right the way to the back of the foot, on the side of the foot where the little toe is. Next time that you are in Warrior 2, inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana. Bring the right hand forwards and down, left hand up. Doesn't matter where the right hand goes, it can be on the thigh, the shin, the floor. Reaching up, opening through the chest. Option on an exhale to bring the left hand overhead beside the ear, reaching forwards, arms are now right angles to each other. Drawing the left hip backwards, grounding through the left foot. On an exhale, bring your left hand to the hip, take your gaze forwards, bring the right hand ahead of the right toe and slightly outside of it, bring your weight forwards, we're going into half moon. Ardha Chandrasana, draw the left toes in, float them upwards, press the left heel away, opening through the hip, opening through the chest, and there's the option to open the arm upwards again, stacking the shoulders, taking the gaze upwards, finding length through the entire body, holding here for 3 more breaths. On an exhale, bring your left hand to your hip, bending through the front knee, take your left foot back to Warrior 2, left hand comes up and over, stepping back to plank. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg. Open through the hip. Take the toes to the opposite buttock. And on an exhale, step it forwards. Warrior 2 on the opposite side. Thought I'd done the wrong side there for a second. Finding your pose, finding your edge, safe but strong. On an inhale, bring your right hand forwards, and on an exhale, draw it back, the archer flow. Allow the gaze to go with your hands, regulating your breath. Feeling the prana circulating around your body, all the energy that you're building up. Next time you're in Warrior Two, pause there. On an inhale, lengthen through the left leg. Exhale, take the left arm forwards and down, Trikonasana. Front knee can be bent if that's more comfortable. The left hand doesn't have to be all the way to the floor. It could be on the shin, it could be on the thigh. Opening through the chest. Reaching up with the right hand, taking your gaze up if that's okay for your neck. Option to extend into Utthita Trikonasana with the right hand beside the ear, reaching the arm forwards, feeling more of a stretch through the right side of the body. Right hand comes back onto the hip, take your gaze down, preparing for Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand comes forwards, just slightly ahead and outside of the left foot, taking the weight onto the front foot, onto the toes of the right leg. Float the leg up, point the toes out, open the hip. Working to stack the shoulders. Right hand can come up if that's okay for you. Reaching. One hand up, one hand down. One heel away, one heel down. Take the gaze upwards and hold for another 3 breaths. Standing leg is strong, stable, muscles are engaged. The body is strong and lengthened. As you exhale, take your gaze down, turn your hand to your hip, step the right foot back, and gracefully come back to Warrior Two. Exhale, bring the right hand up over, frame the front foot, stepping back to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're holding here for 5. Inhale, onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Take the gaze forwards, stepping forwards or jumping forwards to the front of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, coming up. Urdhva-hastasana. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Release to Tadasana. Take a step back with your right leg so you've got wide legs. I'm going to step sideways so you can see me a little bit better. Check that the outsides of your feet are parallel to your mat, the ends of your mat, slightly pigeon-toed. Legs again are strong and the pelvis is in a neutral position. On an inhale, raise the arms up, open the chest, and as you exhale, take the hands back, behind the back, interlacing the fingers, squeezing the palms, the shoulder blades, opening through the chest, maybe taking the gaze upwards. And as you exhale, fold forwards at the hips. Crown of the head down, back of the neck long. Quadricep muscles at the front of the thighs are working to keep the legs straight, as opposed to pushing back on the knee joints. Holding here for 5 breaths. Inhale, come back up. Release the hands, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down. Interlace the fingers the other way, the more awkward way. Squeeze the chest open. Exhale, fold again for another 5 breaths. Bring the prana around the shoulders and the arms. The legs are strong, the feet are firm. The neck long, opening through the back of the body. And an inhale coming up, Inhale, the hands come up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the hips. Inhale, open the chest. As you exhale, fold forwards. Bring the hands down to the mat. Underneath the shoulders, hands spaced wide. If tripod headstand is in your practice, then please make your way into it. Crown of the head comes down in a triangle with the two hands. Resting through the hands, pressing the hands into the body, coming up onto the toes, into headstand, abs engage, hands are taking the weight here, not the head. Holding for another 3 breaths. Point the toes. On an exhale, as gently as possible, coming back to your forward fold. Holding there for a couple of breaths. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hold here. Slowly on an inhale, bring yourself all the way up to standing position, hands overhead, into heart center. Relax the hands down and walk the feet in. And come back to mountain pose at the top of your mat. Take a few breaths here with the eyes closed. Allowing your body to settle, particularly if you went into the headstand, but nonetheless everyone was in a type of inversion, if not a conventional inversion. Moving into a back bend sequence. Inhale, bring the arms up, take the gaze up. Exhale, fold forwards at the hips, hands come down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank, knees down, lower the chest down, and inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. On an exhale, twist to look over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist, looking over the left. Inhale, come back to center. Create space between the shoulders and ears. Experiment between relaxing the glutes or engaging the glutes. By relaxing them, you may find that there's more space for back extension. Engaging them might open through the hip flexors a little bit more. On an exhale, press back to child's pose. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. On your next exhale, up onto the toes, bring the knees down and come to a kneeling position on your mat. We're going to go into camel Ustrasana pose. Come sideways on again. Knees are hip width apart. Toes can either be tucked or top of the feet flat to the floor. We can start with a modified version. So as you inhale, bring the hands up, and as you exhale, bring the hands back and round onto the top of the hips there, into the lumbar spine. Chest is open, chin slightly tucked to protect the neck, pressing the hips forwards. All the while pressing the hips forwards, whilst opening through the spine. The last part of the spine to open will be the neck as you take your gaze backwards, if that's okay for you. On an inhale, slowly come back up. Release the hands. Sit down, but resist the temptation to come forwards into a child's pose. We're going to keep the back neutral here. Inhale, coming back up onto the knees. Inhale, bring the hands up, opening through the chest, circling the arms back, placing the hands back into the same position. There is the option, if you prefer, to take the fingertips up and press the heel of the hands downwards. As you exhale, opening through the spine, or opening through the front of the body and extending through the spine. Keep the neck comfortable, tucked at first. Begin to gaze back. If you can see sufficiently behind you, you might want to take one hand, then the other hand back onto the heels,
Pressing the hips forwards, squeezing the shoulder blades, opening the chest, opening the heart. Ideal for balancing Kapha. 3 breaths through the nose, filling the lungs, feeling your chest cavity expand and contract. On your next inhale, bring the hands one at a time back to the back. Lifting up, coming down, and this time coming forwards into a child's pose. Resting the forehead down to the mat, widen the legs to allow the torso space to relax down. Short rest after that quite intense back bend. On your next exhale, tuck the toes, pressing back to downward facing dog. Inhale, walk the feet forwards, taking a cross of the feet, coming into cross-legged position. Extend the legs with bent knees and feet facing forwards. Sitting up, open the chest, bring the hands out either side, palms facing in. We're going to take ourselves down to the mat, but to do so we're going to do a short ab workout. So we're going to tuck the chin, engage the abs, rolling backwards 1 vertebra at a time to about halfway, and coming back up. On your next exhale, taking it back again, maybe 3/4 of the way, trying to keep the feet grounded. Pretty tricky. Get to that point where you feel the shake, slowly come back up. Inhale last time, rounding down, strengthening through the abs, 1 vertebra at a time, slowly, controlled, resisting the urge to flop down quickly and coming all the way down. Walk the feet in towards the hips and come into happy baby. So there are different options here. Holding underneath the thighs, holding around the ankles, hooking the big toes, or holding onto the outside or inside of the feet. Aiming here to release the spine, so noticing the length of your spine along the floor. Back of the neck is long, tailbone is reaching downwards, and take a rock from side to side. On an exhale, release down, hug the knees in. Inhale, bring the forehead to the knees and lower down. Move your hips just slightly over to the left. Lengthen the arms out either side of you and lower the knees to the right. Both shoulders are down. If it's a compromise between shoulders or knees, take the shoulders down to keep that heart opening theme right through to the end of the practice. Option to lengthen the top leg, maybe even taking a hold of the big toe with the fingers. Again, the priority here is opening through the chest. Second is that twist at the spine. And bring your knee back into the bent position if it's straight. Bring your knees back to centre. Take the hips over slightly to the right and relax down to the left. Again, rounding through the back of the shoulders. Neck is long. Be aware of the upper body here. Option to lengthen the top leg. Maybe taking a hold of the toes if you choose.
And if the leg is extended, bring the knee back in, bring both knees back to centre, straighten the hips, hug the knees in one last time, massaging from side to side, maybe take the hips around in circles. Bring the forehead up towards the knees, and relax down, and prepare yourselves for Shavasana. Allow yourself to settle in stillness. Allow the feet to fall open. Muscles of the feet, ankle, legs, pelvis, completely relaxed. Allowing the pelvic area to be heavy on the mat. Noticing the contact with the mat of the pelvis, the back of the shoulders. Being aware of that natural lumbar curve. And the movement of the stomach as you slowly, gently inhale and exhale. Be aware of the openness across the front of the shoulders and the chest. Heart centre open. Muscles of the shoulders, arms, wrists, hands, all softening, allowing gravity to allow the body to rest. Back of the neck is long, chin slightly tucked, allowing the jaw to relax, the cheekbones, the forehead, the tongue, and soften the eyes backwards as if they're sinking deeper into your head. Becoming aware of the breath, the sensation at the tip of the nose as you inhale and exhale. Become aware of the energy that's surrounding you, the field around your body. Maybe you can sense it, it's a physical sensation, the colour, the warmth. Be aware of that field of energy, and as you inhale, take that energy to the heart. And as you exhale, soften, allowing the energy to transfer across the whole of the body. And continue. Inhale, energy comes in and down to the heart center. Exhale, energizing the entire body. With every exhale, feel your body soften, surrendering to gravity. With every inhale, feel the energizing effect of the prana that surrounds you. And continue in silence for a few more moments, absorbing the prana that surrounds your body.
As you inhale, feel your body energise and lift your hands up and over your head. Point the toes away from you for a full body stretch. As you exhale and feel the energy reach from the fingertips down to the toes and everywhere in between. On your next exhale, hug yourself into a ball. Tuck your chin into your chest, knees into chest. Hug the knees in, maybe forehead to knees. And hug into a tight ball, keeping that energy within you. When you're ready, roll over onto one side and pause there. Using your top hand, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Prepare to close our practice today. Devotional practice is ideal for Kapha balancing, and today we are actually in Durga Puja, the period of Durga Puja, which happens in, this year it's in October, towards the end of October. So we are going to chant a mantra for Durga, adopt the Durga mudra, so the thumbs go in between the index and middle finger, forming a fist. Take the hands down to the thighs, have a straight spine, and then either join in with me or listen to the mantra. Inhale. Om Dam Durgaye Namaha. Om Dam Durgaye Namaha. Om Dam Durgaye Namaha. Bring your hands to heart center and we'll finish together with an Om. Inhale. Om. Thank you for practicing this Kapha balancing class with me today. I hope you're feeling energised and ready for the day, weeks and months ahead. Namaste.